Hello, I'm Prasad. You're watching KiniNews. Yesterday, a human rights group told Anwar Ibrahim that he would be the country's worst prime minister if he does not tackle certain reforms swiftly. Were the comments from Suaram fair? Why don't we ask the Prime Minister himself?
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has called on human rights group Suaram to be more objective in its criticism. This comes after Suaram said Anwar risks being the country's worst prime minister if he fails to deliver human rights reforms. Speaking to reporters today, Anwar reiterated commitments to protecting human rights.
Yeah, okay, I listened, and then we have done mandatory, done away with mandatory death sentence, which is a major thing. So I would advise Suaram to be more supportive, or at least be, should I say, objective in their criticism. In 4 months, you don't change the country's laws. And if I follow them, then I will lose all the state elections. So I think we need to calculate and first understand. We are not dealing with 40 elites in Kuala Lumpur. We are dealing with the rakyat. We have seen the blunder about Icerd. You want to push through an agenda. You assume everybody understands. You don't explain to the Malay base, the rural heartland. So it's important that they also realize that this government is the government that must represent all rakyat.
He also urged Suaram to give the government time and to look forward to next parliamentary sessions for the reforms. He said this after performing the Friday prayers at Masjid Jamiul Ehsan in Sungai Buloh. Yesterday, Suaram said the new government has been slow in introducing policies to protect human rights. Suaram Executive Director Seven Doraisamy also questioned the administration's political will to change repressive laws in the country. Meanwhile, commenting on a separate matter, Anwar said that his Idul Fitri open house tour across 6 states is not excessive. Instead, he explained it is aimed at allowing the people to get close to him and other government officials.
Anwar Ibrahim has secured the support of the BN Supreme Council, and the next agenda appears to be for the government parties to iron out the details to face the coming state elections.
The coalition government led by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has officially won the support of the BN Supreme Council. In a meeting yesterday, the BN Supreme Council unanimously agreed to back the unity government. BN Secretary General Zamri Abdul Kadir also said the coalition will remain committed to developing policies for the people. He added that they deliberated on the model of cooperation between BN and other parties of the coalition government to face the state elections. On top of that, the BN Supreme Council also agreed to participate in the Unity Government National Convention on May 14th at WTC, Kuala Lumpur. In a statement last night, he called on all BN leaders to maintain unity and harmony so that political stability can be guaranteed. This comes following talks of an alleged coup maneuvered by Perikatan Nasional to oust the current Anwar-led administration. Earlier, the Wibes claimed that there were talks of an attempt hatched by PN to convince several BN MPs to quit to pave the way for by-elections. According to the report, should the BN MPs win, they would be able to form a new government and install Muhyiddin Yassin as the Prime Minister again. However, the rumours were rubbished by leaders from Perikatan Nasional and BN.
MCA is feeling left out in Penang, with Harapan set to hold talks with UMNO.
Penang MCA has called on for seat allocation talks with Pakatan Harapan to include all BN component parties and not just UMNO. This comes after Penang Chief Minister Chow Kon Yeow said that the State Harapan chapter will meet UMNO next week to discuss seat allocations. Penang MCA chairperson Tan Tiek Cheng said such a meeting will not be in line with the spirit of the unity government. Tan stressed that all component parties should be included in discussions about seats for the upcoming state elections. He said in a statement today that there have been times when Chow said seat negotiation talks would involve all members of both Harapan and BN coalitions. BN currently has 2 seat assembly persons in the 40-seat Penang State Legislature, who are both from UMNO. MCA contested 45 parliamentary seats in GE15 last November. The party only won 2, Air Hitam and Tanjung Piai.
Tomorrow, all eyes will be on Anwar's open house in Kedah. However, according to the PMO, it's not all about the Prime Minister. It says the open house will have many benefits, among them better ties between the federal and state governments.
Anwar Ibrahim's multi-state Eid al-Fitr open house tour is expected to boost relations with state governments. In a statement, the Prime Minister's office said the tour will see strategic cooperation of the state governments to help implement the event. The PMO said this method of hosting the celebration will enable effective spending and resource utilization. It added that the open house will give the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers a chance to welcome the people who have never celebrated Eid al-Fitr with national leaders. The PMO explained that the open houses in Kedah, Kelantan and Terengganu, which are under PAS rule, were organised by the federal government. It said that the federal government aims for a total number of around 55,000 visitors for Kedah, Kelantan and Terengganu. The open houses in Pakatan Harapan states will be handled by their respective state governments. Earlier, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim invited the public to join him at the open house tour, starting with Kedah tomorrow. Following criticisms by opposition leaders, Anwar denied that the open house tour is motivated by upcoming elections in the 6 states, which are expected to be held in a few months.
The Madani open house tomorrow is set to welcome a royal guest, and the Kedah Menteri Besar has also confirmed his attendance.
Kedah ruler Sultan Salehuddin Sultan Batlisha will attend the Malaysia Madani Eid al-Fitr open house in the state tomorrow. Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzal said the federal government was grateful the ruler agreed to grace the occasion with his presence. In a statement today, he said the Sultan's appearance will certainly add colour to the Malaysia Madani Eid al-Fitr open house series. Fahmi added that this would give Kedahans the opportunity to celebrate Eid al-Fitr together with His Royal Highness. The event will be held from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Hotel Raya in Alor-Setar. Kedah is said to be the first state in Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's Malaysia Madani Eid al-Fitr open house series.
PAS is keen on Khairi accepting Bersatu's offer if he wants to contest in Selangor, but it's an offer Khairi has yet to accept.
A senior Selangor PAS leader has suggested Khairi Jamaluddin to contest under Bersatu. The leader said Khairi should take up the offer if he wishes to contest in one of the state seats under the Sungai Buloh parliamentary constituency. Speaking to Utusan Malaysia, the leader, who was not named, said Perikatan Nasional accepted the participation of outsiders to represent the coalition and lead it to victory. The leader added that there's also been a directive from the central leadership to pull an outsider to contest in the state polls. It was earlier reported that Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin had offered Khairi a candidacy in the upcoming state polls if he decides to join Bersatu. According to Bersatu Information Chief Razali Idris, the offer was made when the former health minister visited Muhyiddin's house after being sacked from UMNO. Khairi, however, has not responded to the offer and has asked for some time to make a decision.
PAS has been told to learn from Penang on how to run Kelantan. Here's more on that.
Visit Penang to see the difference. That's the invitation delivered by Permatang Pasir State Assembly Person Faiz Fadzil to Kelantan PAS Vice Chairperson Muhammad Firdaus Nawi. Faiz said the PAS man should visit Penang to see the difference between how the two states are governed. This came after Firdaus criticised Community Communication Department Director General Muhammad Agus Yusof for his observations on the lack of basic amenities in Kelantan. Faiz invited Firdaus and his PAS friends to a study tour of Penang to see what could be learned and applied in Kelantan. Faiz pointed out that Georgetown was awarded the ASEAN Clean Tourism City title in 2022. According to him, learning from Georgetown's administration will help Kelantan towards a cleaner Madani development. He claimed that in Penang there are no complaints regarding dirty water, unmanaged waste and loss of employment opportunities. He added that Penang is often falsely accused of playing racial and religious sentiments. However, he pointed out in reality, the Malay community in Penang enjoy good conditions and Islam is also practiced and flourishing. Penang has been held by the DAP-led government since 2008, while PAS has been governing Kelantan since 1990.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.